Peace and divine love. This is Tasleem Jamila, poet, lyrical healer, and holistic consultant. I want to come to you today to talk about my journey living a holistic lifestyle and how how I arrived on the path, or how I started out. And it really started with, I think, like growing up. Grew up in a typical, black household with potatoes and macaroni and cheese and greens and cornbread, those types of foods. But my mother always said that my sister and I, we never really liked to eat meat, a lot of meat. We would like leave it on our plates. And so, but one thing about the vegetables and the fruits that we ate, one thing about the food that we grew up in, I feel really blessed to have had to, that example and that beginning, is my father grew up on a farm, and my parents are both from the South, Alabama and Mississippi, but my father grew up all his life, to his adult life, and on a farm until he came to Chicago, and when he was in his early 20s. And so he believes in eating good, clean, pure fruits and vegetables. So before they were like labeling stuff, organic, my dad would make sure we always had fresh vegetables. They were basically with no pesticides and fresh fruits, because him and my uncle, they owned a store, and they would go out to the southern parts of the state and to Michigan to go to farms. They knew where their food was grown and who they got it from, with no pesticides or chemicals. So we did grow up with that, with those pure foods. And I think about it even today, like my dad, he's a very simple man. And that's one thing in life I've learned, to keep things simple, to eat simple, clean, pure foods. With, if you can't read the ingredients, you shouldn't be eating it. And to this day, he's never had a cavity. He's never had to take any pills or medicine. And he's 76 years old. And so that just goes to show you, with all the stuff that's in the foods today, and in the foods, that's another whole blog. I'll talk about that, about the foods today aren't the same foods that we even ate when we were children, and definitely not when my parents were children, and how, especially how he grew up. But anyway, so in my household, always had books around. My mother always, very spiritual woman. Our family, very connected to the spiritual realms, and not just what you see with the physical form, which some people can see the spirit realms, different spirit realms. So grew up with those different experiences and knowing. And so she always had books about herbs and telepathy and meditation and natural healing. If it was something going on, she didn't give us aspirin or some Robitussin. It was just like those remedies passed down from her mom and her grandmother. We would call my grandmother, hey, you got a flu, a fever. She had all these remedies. Put on some white cotton socks and wrap your feet in the wool, and it worked. So those old African, or what you want to call native remedies, they worked. So passed down. So I'll share some of those hopefully in the coming weeks on my blogs. But when I was 16, one of my aunts passed away. She was young, vibrant, beautiful. So she was only in her early 30s, and she had just had a baby within, I guess, 6 to 8 months from then. And her baby wasn't even a year. And I was just totally devastated, because I'm like, how could somebody that looks so good, so young, so vibrant, be gone that fast? It seemed fast. Like, she was diagnosed with cancer, and it seemed a few months later she had passed away. So I started to do some research. I started to really dig into those books that were around the house, and to say, how could this happen? How could this not happen to me? I started to look at, what she was doing in her lifestyle, and look at my lifestyle. And so that's when I started doing yoga. And I've been doing it ever since. I still do yoga. It's been just a blessing in my life. And I started getting into conscious breathing. I started getting into meditation, vegetarian, vegan living, fasting, cleansing, martial arts, you name it, energy healing with stones, and and just really digging deeper into what I already kind of had in my household, but just making it personal to me. Because you could read all day, but unless you apply it to yourself and do, you're not going to learn. So over the years, I've been on this continuous path. So I kind of know, like, if something's going on, like I ate that, so I feel this way. I know what to do. So that's why I'm so passionate about it. And then to this date, I've had 3 aunts, all my mom's sisters, and 2 cousins pass away. My last cousin just passed a few days ago. So that's why I launched my website and really have to take it to the next level. I've been helping many people over the years, but I said I have to relaunch my website. I headed up some years ago, My Soul Speaks, which is my company that I established in 2002. And I'm most known for my voice as being a poet and musician. And I call myself a lyrical healer because I heal with my words. My words are very deliberate. I'm not just on stage to entertain, because I could be doing many things. And whatever I do, I made a promise to myself and to the Creator. I said, wow, please use me, whatever I do, to heal. So when I do my poetry, it's just to heal. It's not just, I'm just not up there just trying to entertain you, but to inform, inspire, and hopefully make you want to dig deeper into yourself and get closer to the divine in you and become one with the one. So that's why I'm so passionate about my path, because I see so many women in my family that have passed away. So many of them still are sick. And so I continue to do healing calls with my family, but I'm taking it even to the next level. I had a vlog talk radio up in 2010, and I'm bringing it back, but I'm bringing back a call starting February 6th. On the Wednesday, every Wednesday, free weekly. So I would love for you all to join me. I have the information that's on my website, which I'll post below. And